Toon Friday! It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys, and we'll see how much money he stole from the fellow old guys yesterday while he was golfing out there. I guess that was Wednesday.
That was
right.
Wednesday, Stephen.
It's Friday, because yesterday was a KPD hit I didn't listen to.
Well, I mean, your name is bantered all over now.
My friends let me know. People come out of the woodwork and text me, hey, I just heard you on KPD. Yeah, you did, folks.
But you're on live.
Yeah. Maybe you should tune over to what I'm doing, guys.
You can always listen to, well, I guess you can listen to both of them, though, can't you?
Oh, I'd listen to the podcast later on in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time when I fell asleep at 7 o'clock last night. I'm lucky if I made 7 o'clock last night.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I was out. I even took it. I even took like an hour and a half nap during the day. Was woken up by somebody banging on my door. That person's lucky they're still alive right now.
Who woke you up?
Somebody's looking for me. Probably process server or something. Who knows? I did. You know how I sold my white car? The person that I sold it to before they transferred it into their name got a ticket. I didn't respond, and I didn't respond to it. I got it in the mail because it's obviously not me, so I didn't respond to it. So I'm like, all right, somebody's going to come serve me now. Because my philosophy is I'm going to make them waste all the money. I'm not going down there. I'm not sending them my copy of my driver's license. They have access to your driver's license, by the way, folks. They do. They can look up your license and see if you're the same person. They don't want to do it. So my philosophy is, all right, come serve me. Waste your money serving me. And then I'll come down and I'll look at you and I'll go, not me. Hold the picture next to me. Go, not me. And I'll dismiss it and I'll move on with my life. But anyway, but it's the problem is when they knocked. They knocked once, casual, normal. I wake up all. So I go to my Ring camera, and I look, and they're standing there. And then they get on their phone.
Do they have anything in their hands?
They have the standard black folder is what I like to call it.
Oh, okay.
For process server. But then they walk back. And I'm like right by the door, but I'm in this daze. I'm like, I'm late for the bus.
Are you in your underwear?
I wouldn't have answered the door anyway because I don't answer my door to people that are asshats.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Dale, then I watch him walk up to the door again and he knocks this time. But now he leans in and he goes, Steven!
Really?
Yeah. And I'm just getting angrier just laying on the couch. But I'm also in like this total daze. Like I just got woken up out of what year is it nap? Yeah. Then he knocks again. Steven! And then he turns around and just walks off. Within a minute later, a lady walks up to my front door and knocks and goes, Steven! And then she looks up at the camera and I'm waving at her through the camera. But I'm like, this is freaking rude what they're doing. Right? This is rude what they're doing.
Wow.
So I'm just like, man, go to. So she leaves. She does that once and leaves. He comes back and knocks again.
Really?
And then this time he shoves an envelope through the door, so it comes through, so you can see it later. Yeah. But with stupid business card or whatever. It's a realtor. It was a realtor that was looking. That was
what?
Yeah.
Banging on your door?
I texted his phone line and I was like, I literally go, the people that are in that house would like it if you never show up again. You are now barred from coming back to this house. You are being warned. You are rude when you knock on it. And you and your agency, HomeSmart, by the way, is who he works for, will never, ever get a house sold from me ever again because you are an asshat. I was so grumpy after that. Oh, just knock once, leave your info, and walk off.
Yeah.
Walk off. Be courteous, you jerks. Stop being vultures, you jerks.
Wow.
But I was grumpy. I'm reliving the moment because I was grumpy. I texted him just angry as all heck. I mean, I kept it professional. I go, you just don't ever come back again. This is your warning to never come back. You are on camera as being there, and you are now being told to not come back to this property. He goes, we'll respect your wishes, but we still need to talk to you. And I wish there was like a giant middle finger thing I could have sent him back. I responded. I just said, I don't know what you don't understand. It's a small. Ethan goes, you can. It's a small emoji. I needed a big one in that. I needed a spotlight one, and I just responded and said, "There's nothing to discuss. You are not welcome back to this property. You are on camera, and you are being told now not to come back and make contact with the people inside of that house again." He never responded. I was like, "Keep fine with me, buddy. Keep fine with me." I had to trespass somebody from my house yesterday, all because they're rude. The problem is they woke me up in my nap.
Yeah.
But I find it rude knocking repeatedly and yelling your name.
Now, again, if it's a process server,
that's their job.
Yeah,
and I don't care. I would have. I was such a stupid. I don't care. I would have answered the door. I would have actually answered the door like all big Dale, and I would have ran out the door, and be like, "What are you doing knocking on the door?" And, like scared the shit out of them. But I was in such a sleep that I was like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't manage the energy to get off the couch and do it. Wow. So anyway, I did that. Back asleep again. If I made 7, I'd be surprised. Slept like a baby last night.
Really?
Yeah.
All the way to this morning. You wake up like at midnight.
I woke up at 4. I got up at 4 o'clock. Got some stuff done and things like that. Yeah. But that was my day yesterday. I'm just a word of the wise for you people. Whatever you're doing and you're going to doors, just knock casually. We don't answer our front door for anybody unless we're expecting you. First of all,
text from the driveway.
Not interested talking to anybody out there. But then on top of it, a lot of times, like if I'm up in my room upstairs, I'm not running downstairs to answer the door. Stupid. And a lot of times you don't hear them knocking. Like if I'm in the backyard or in the kitchen area or up in my room, I can't hear them knocking. So we just ignore them. We just ignore them. Leave what you want. We'll throw it away for you. Don't worry about it. We'll throw it away for you. Yeah. I just hate rude people, man. They just annoy the crap out of me.
You know, I'm not bragging, but I never buy a car from a dealership. I went one time.
I think you've told this before.
And Brooke and I said, let's just go look at different SUVs when the girls were in high school. And literally I parked the car, my left foot hits the ground, and there's a dude in my face.
That's his job, though.
And I looked at him, I said, understand something. I will not buy a car from you unless you go away and allow me to walk around. And he did not.
Yeah.
We just left.
Because if you buy that car there, because he made first contact, he'll get a percentage of the commission. You can't buy there at all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But that's his job. That I can understand, though. That's his job. That's how he gets paid. Good salespeople don't leave you alone, and that because you're on their property there. But if you want something from me or you want to talk to me about something, don't be an asshat at my front door. I don't know who you think you are. Holmes, I should have brought his card. I'd call him out right now.
Oh.
I'm going to tweet it out later and say, ignore this realtor. He's a piece of garbage. He had a lady walk up after him.
Yeah, that
and then he came back again. Like all of a sudden, I'm going to be like, oh, lady's at the door. I'm going to go answer it now. But I was angry yesterday. That's why this isn't for on air, but that story I was telling you right before we went on air, I was also dealt with those texts right after that. So I was grumpy as heck. And I was just like, I don't know who you think you are telling me that.
Oh.
It might have just been I was in a bad mood. But that was my yesterday, Dale. How was your yesterday?
Seems like a little bit better than yours.
Robert says, moral of the story, don't take naps. No, the problem is I took a nap on my couch right by the front door. Should have gone up to my room. Because then I would have heard nothing. I would have been in a bliss.
Yeah, but that's climbing all those stairs.
I know. Well, that's the problem. I had to leave. I had to leave in an hour and a half to go get my daughter from school. So I didn't want to go upstairs all the way back down again. It's too much. I just needed my nap. Moral of the story is, don't be an a-hole. I'm gonna petition. I'm gonna build a gate far enough out from my front door because I have one of those front patio things where I could do it. I'm gonna build a gate out there that you cannot pass to get to my front door. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm putting it out. I'm building it right now. I'm going to build it. I'm going to get approvals on it for the HOA. I know people. And I'm going to get it to where there won't be a doorbell out there. You can knock on that all you want. I won't be able to hear you. It won't even be metal. I won't even hear the metal rattling. And it'll just be bliss without hearing you be an a-hole, Mr. Realtor, outside my door. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, your Thursday?
I guess a little bit better than yours.
It was fine.
A little bit better than yours.
It was one of those. I mean, everybody's done that where you've just been knocked out cold and you get woken up or whatever. The dog, kids, phone call, whatever it is, and you're just not having it. You're not in the mood to deal with it. That was just it yesterday.
It's everything goes back to Sebastian Maniscalco when he said, 30 years ago, the front door rings, everybody runs to the door. Yeah. Now
I'm in the process of changing this, but where I went horribly wrong is because, at the investment company, me and my dad, have houses. You guys know this about me. I've talked about it a lot. And the problem is that everything leads to my address and my phone number. And that's where we went wrong. So I'm actually in the process of changing all of that information. So when you look, because it's all public info. So when you look up information, it goes someplace else.
Yeah.
I'm in the process. I've started the process. It's just a lengthy process to change it. So I will lose all of this garbage. I get people that show up, Dale, and they'll be like, hey, I was driving through this neighborhood and I saw this rental house and it's under an LLC. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, just wondering if you wanted to sell it. Is it on the market? Did you see a for sale sign in front of it? Did the people I work with for Realtor contact you and say, hey, do you know anybody that wants to buy a property off market? Did that happen? Oh, it didn't happen? Oh, then I'm sorry. What makes you think it's for sale then, Tiger? So frustrating, man.
Wow.
So frustrating. I'm gonna put Dale's address and phone number down.
Wow.
So Dale can get all these texts and phone numbers.
We finally got one of those nicer doorbell cameras.
Oh, I don't
a Nest.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, so you have the Nest one, not the Ring one. I just have a camera in the front that I can talk through. I refuse to do doorbell. But that's the other thing. They didn't ring the doorbell once. It's just, it's the cop banging on the door. Do, 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 do. And it's like, dude, you're a realtor. Settle down. That's reserved. For jerk cops showing up to my door. I don't have very often, but
I was gonna say,
oh, it's happened, Dale.
Oh.
Everybody's like, wait, what? We want to hear that story. Not sometimes they just show up.
Just
Rumors.
to check in on Steve, make sure the neighborhood's going good. HOA president.
Everybody's like, wait, what? So it was my Thursday. I was grumpy.
Okay.
So I woke up today at 4:00, got some stuff done. Running now, of course, that means you're running behind all day for some reason. You get up early, doing stuff, and then you're like, oh crap, we gotta go. And then, Dale, I woke up this morning and I'm getting ready. I got stuff done like 5:00. I'm like, oh, I'll get ready, whatever. Get in the shower. Right in the middle of the shower, I go,
your car's
did I not plug my car in last night?
Oh no.
I got out of the shower and I look at the app and I'm like, nope, 22%. Like 60 miles. That's why Ethan's car's out front
I did
today.
notice there's a black car out there.
So I texted Ethan and I go, hey, we're taking your car today. So my car's plugging in. My car's plugged in and charging right now. I remember thinking too. I remember thinking yesterday going, all right, I'm not going to plug it in now because otherwise you draw energy because of the battery cooling and stuff. And, I don't want the expensive energy being drawn. So I'm like, oh, I'll eat dinner. We got pizza for the Cardinals game. So I was like, I fell asleep early. It was right after Chase Basonis went down with his ankle injury. And I probably got so depressed. That's probably why I went to sleep. But I got depressed because I was like, that ain't good.
No.
That ain't good. So I probably got depressed there. That's why I went to bed early. I fell asleep early and everything. But I remember thinking, oh, I'll just eat and I'll come back out at like 7:30 and plug it in or whatever. So that was my Thursday, everybody. That's fill you in on the life and times of Steven.
And so it's kind of carried over to Friday morning a little bit.
Yeah.
You're trying to shake the doldrums.
I am. I'm trying to wake up a little bit. I'm trying to get moving here today. Just everything feels off today for some reason.
Yeah, we got your passes for the IFL Championship.
I don't have those yet.
I'm sure there's a big demand down in Tucson. No seating.
All the influencers I need to get there.
All what are there? 8 plane loads of Green Bay fans flying in.
Okay, I got this email yesterday, and I won't say who sent it. I got this email yesterday that goes, "Don't forget to buy any tickets you need for anybody because tickets are selling fast." And I'm like, you wouldn't have emailed me, a media member, to buy tickets for people, other people to go with us and everything, and tell me tickets are going fast if they were going fast.
Yes.
Now, I will say this. It should be a bigger crowd this weekend than last year's championship game.
Yes.
Because the Rattlers are in it, and it's an hour, 20-minute drive down there for us East Valleyers.
Right.
And the Rattlers have a good following. There are a lot of people in Vegas, a lot of people in San Diego last week that I saw in Rattlers gear and stuff. So I'm expecting a larger crowd than last year's championship game between Green Bay and Vegas.
Majority Arizona.
So they are probably selling a good amount of tickets. But let's be honest. You're going to be able to walk up and buy tickets. Maybe they sent me that email because they're like, we're not going to credential him, so he's not deserving. We'll tell him to buy tickets.
Well, I'm on one of those Rattler websites, and there are quite a few fans who are planning on driving down there.
Yeah, I expect it to be a very, very large home crowd this weekend against the Green Bay Blizzard. Yeah. Now, Green Bay, best team in the East this season. Second year in a row they've made this game in Tucson. They might as well just make a home in Tucson, Dale. Just everybody on the team buy a place in Tucson because they're apparently going to be a staple coming up here. The interesting thing, though, is their quarterback last year is a starting quarterback for the Rattlers this year. So they have a new quarterback who played well all season and stuff to that effect. This is going to be a hard-fought game. I told you halfway through the season, I think whoever comes out of the East is winning the championship. The East was that much better.
Right.
The Rattlers defense, with the defensive player of the year from the Rattlers defense, McKee Sr., the defense has gotten stubborn. Now, one of their main guys got hurt last week. He's not going to play this week, but I'm not worried about that. They have guys that can step up into that position. Defense is going to win this game this week. The team that can have the most turnover on downs is going to win this game coming up on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. I don't know why it's starting so late. That's 7:30 Eastern. I don't know why you're starting it so late, but I don't make these rules. Maybe I'm not being credentialed because I'm always bashing the.
Well, you could argue 7:30 Eastern is prime time
for Yahoo Sports.
But who? Anyway.
For your computer. Robert says, hope it doesn't rain. Roads get muddy down there. I know, and you got outdoor plumbing. The whole thing down there in Tucson. Stabbings. You got to worry about getting stabbed. Mugged.
Boy, oh boy, is anybody safe from you today?
No, especially Tucson. So we'll see. We'll see if we go, Dale. I don't have an answer for you. Yeah, I don't have an answer for you if I'm going to be going or not. They haven't let me know yet.
Okay. If you get one, are you going?
I'll go as long as I don't get one tomorrow at like 3 p.m. That's annoying to me. Respect my time. You know?
You got stuff to do. Could be right in the middle of your nap time.
I don't,
when you
but
have to get on the road.
That's a commitment, man. I got to drive down there, do that stuff, you know?
Anybody in your family want to go?
Well, Autumn always goes with me because she does work there as well. And then Ethan for social media and picture stuff. We put them all in.
Does Ethan want to go?
Yeah. He's like, I don't. He just said our ears no. He told me he wanted to go. That's why I put him in. We'll see. We'll see on that one. We'll see on that one coming up as well.
Well, so. with the demand, you might only get one, so you might go by yourself.
Then I'm not going. No desire to drive down there. I need company. No, we all go down there and work. It's not like we're tagging along to not do stuff. We all have roles. We all going to be on computers and pictures and all of that stuff and everything. So, but yeah, we're just waiting. Dale, we're just sitting here patiently waiting to know what my plans are on Sunday. I mean, not that big of a deal. I don't care. Just let me know. Let me know what my plans are.
Anything good happened yesterday?
No,
Steve?
I think yesterday was just another crappy day.
That was Lewis.
I didn't even go into the wild yesterday, and look what happened. I stayed in, and I got all annoyed yesterday.
Yeah.
Lou was good yesterday. Yeah, UFC 330 coming up on Saturday night as well from Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's good. You ready for football last night? I mean, I'll say this. There was good last night. Suns NBA schedule's out yesterday. We'll talk about that. I went through it, broke down Suns stuff on things you pay attention to on the NBA, back-to-backs. How many road games in a row do you got? Type of stuff out there. Your longest thing. How many times do you play an opponent back-to-back? You know, where it could mean you play on a Tuesday, you have Wednesday off, but then you play them on Thursday again, that type of stuff. Went through the whole schedule and everything. And whatnot, so we can break that down for you guys. Of course, Cardinals last night got their second preseason game in. They got Jaden Daniels update for everybody.
Are your Cardinals undefeated?
No, they're 1-1. They lost last second.
Oh,
play on
that's
that first
right.
one.
They just looked good last week.
They looked good last night too.
Yeah.
Bad news coming out of last night though. And I have an interesting question for everybody out there. Jordan Love. Jeremiah Love. Jordan Love. I go Packers all of a sudden. Jeremiah Love is in that game going into halftime, and he's still running the football and catching it and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there going, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Getting some work in with these guys and everything. And I'm just like, just everybody come out healthy.
Yeah.
But even with like the Chase Bessonis injury, dude, it sucks. It's disappointing. He's going to be out. MCL, ACL. One of his LCLs is gone. One of his CLs is gone. So he's going to be out now. That's disappointing to see.
Whenever the head coach comes out after the game and says it doesn't look good,
He said it on the radio post game.
Yeah.
He said it on an interview for a TV broadcast post game. And then he went to the media and said it as well. And it's like, okay, that's not good at all. And stuff like that. But I would still rather, I like the way they're doing it. I would still rather guys get playing time, especially younger guys. And you run the risk of it. You're going to get injured. You're going to get injured. I don't have a problem with keeping them in there. And that's the question of the day. Would you rather be like last year with Jonathan Gannon where nobody played? And you look like garbage when the season starts? Or would you rather have guys get sharp and get some work here in these preseason games? I like the format that he's doing last night as well.
Well, especially young guys.
I'm specifically talking. I get Jacoby Brissett out of that game. Successful first drive.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be out there anymore. He's got the rhythm. He's got the thing with his receivers. Fine, out of the game. But yeah, love the linemen, defensive linemen. Absolutely. Just give them the work. If they get injured, unfortunately, folks, they get injured. It's the sport of football.
Right.
But I like it. I like this offense. I like the way this coaching staff's working with this team and putting them out there and doing all that stuff. Now there's going to be people, Dale, they're going to be like, what if Love would have blew out his knee? Okay, it's possible.
Yeah.
But it can also happen in week 3 and 4. Yeah, but at least he's a regular season game. Well, let's get him ready for the regular season game in my eyes.
Yeah, and again, it remains to be seen. He played a half last night, got hit a few times, but put on some dramatic, tremendous moves.
Some of those moves, though.
You saw everything out of him.
Yeah.
And again, for those who are going to say, well, Chase Bessonis, he's a rookie fighting for a starting spot.
But the thing that sucks is he's taking Adams' job. He was going to take Adams' job this year, whether it be the first game, 4th game, 5th game. He was taking that job. That kid is special. Now we got to wait another year to see him come out and then play on that side.
That's
where it gets disappointing.
Sucks.
Yeah, but again, rolled up on freak accident. That can happen anytime. That can happen in regular practice.
Very much so.
And so I just got to say this on the Cardinal side is I like what this coaching staff is doing.
You can't tell me just from aesthetics, they don't look like they know what they're doing.
Dale, we actually have a professional coaching staff.
It certainly looks that way.
Last year they scored 3 touchdowns in all of preseason. They had 4 in the first, but then the first 2 drives last night of the game. It's just the play calling. It looks like a professional play, and they haven't even put in offenses, folks. This is just go out there, throw the ball around, and have some fun. This isn't scheming. This isn't, hey, this guy's on this side of the defensive line, so we gotta protect it. None of that is happening. And this looks like a fun offense.
It certainly looks like they have fun running it.
Yeah, right? It's just like James Conner warmed up. I don't think he got into the game late in the game.
Yeah.
But he was warming up yesterday in pads and everything. You don't expect to see him coming off the injury. But he was out there warming up beforehand in pads. I saw videos of that and everything. If you're not optimistic about the future of the Cardinals right now, I don't know what's wrong. You don't have a pulse. You just don't have a pulse. I'm not saying they're winning 12 games this year. I'm saying this team's going to look different. If they go on this big losing streak, they're going to look different doing it. And, okay, before we get to the Carson Beck thing, because Conspiracy Theory Steve showed up yesterday. Came out of nowhere. That throw, if you don't look at Brissett and go, that kid has skills. Now, that grown man has skills because he's older now.
Right.
That touchdown pass to Marvin. If you saw behind the scenes there, defender in his face, he had to sidearm it around the defender. Then he had to put it in the exact spot where Marv could get it out the outskirt hands of the defender and still concentrate to catch it. That was just an unbelievable throw and catch by this team. And you're just sitting there going, dear God, that was amazing.
It ended up looking like an easy throw and catch, but when you slow it down, when you look at it from different angles, Brissett was not on balance. It wasn't like he took his 2-step drop from the shotgun and then fired it.
Yeah.
He had to buy a little extra time.
Yeah. It sidearmed it.
And then sidearmed it, and then you got Marvin Harrison, who, again, there's a little traffic there. He caught the ball, but there's a guy trailing him.
Right off his fingertips.
Yeah.
And caught it. Beautiful play call. My takeaway from the first 2 preseason games is, I'm not saying they're going to win 12 games. This offense is going to do something. You're not going to be able to go out there and beat this team 38-3. Anything to that effect. Teams are going to be in dogfights against this team. You're going to have to outscore the Cardinals at times this year, or at least you have to keep scoring to keep them from staying in the game type of situations coming up for this Cardinals offense. The play calling, for generic play calling, I mean, it's so basic football, but we've been so damaged by the Petzing offense the last 3 years that we're just every time an offensive guy goes onto the field, we're all flinching. Like, oh, here comes the nightmare again. We got to get over that. Because this offense is going to do, now whether they convert it or complete them and stuff like that's another story. But they're not going to be afraid to throw the ball downfield, Dale. They're not going to be afraid to throw a ball short and let a receiver do his thing or a running back do his thing with the football. They're showing you that now. It's amazing. It's just, I don't know what the difference is. I've never been so giddy after 2 preseason football games as I have here.
It looks like a refreshing offense. Look at the quarterback production.
I know. Well, Gardner Minshew on top of it.
I mean, he was 14-16. Keaton Slovis was 7-9. Jacoby Brissett 5 of 5. You'd be throwing Carson Beck last week, and it's like their quarterback range is about 140.
Slovis didn't look bad last week either. No. I feel bad for Slovis, man. There's no spot for him.
Yeah, but guess what?
Practice squad.
Practice squad, and then guess what? Probably get picked up by somebody.
He's going to get picked. But I feel sorry for him because he's probably good enough to be a number 3, definitely a number 3 receiver in this league, and keep getting opportunities to try to break through to become a number 2. and stuff like that. But I agree with you. He looks sharp out there. Local kid, of course, going. All right, so that was my Cardinals takeaway last night. Robert says, well, we'll get to the Lions in a minute here because I watched the Bengals preseason game and, of course, the Lions preseason game yesterday. I had it on.
Hold on. Did you see something that kind of reminds you of something?
Good luck, Lions. Good luck, Lions fans. Your offensive coordinator, I'll just say it. I used the word sucked for 3 years when he was in Arizona. It is straight garbage. It is straight garbage. He
3 E's?
He just walks into a team and just the team just doesn't know what to do anymore. They just football. What's a football? It is amazing what that death nail of a human being does to an efficient offense.
Wow.
It is amazing what Drew Penzing does. It's just wow. We'll get into that in just a minute. But everything. But, okay, Carson Beck. Dale got banged up. Of course, I was listening to the pregame on the radio because I wanted to hear the new radio announcer and AQ Shipley. Now, last year, I don't listen to a lot of radio broadcasts of the game because I'm there or I'm watching it on TV.
Right.
And Wolfley, is an acquired taste. You come to love him and stuff like that. Of course, he's gone. And last year, I couldn't adjust to AQ Shipley last year. And it's not him. It's probably me because it's such a difference. But I want to hear the new play-by-play guy because we've all got used to Pash, who's one of the greatest to do it.
Yep.
It's good. I hate to say this, but it's a step down for both of these guys. Like, don't be the guy that follows those two guys. And both of these gentlemen are doing that and stuff like that, right? Going into it. But AQ Shipley said something in the pre-game before leading up to kickoff where he said, last week I noticed Carson Beck, after he took that shot, was kind of wincing a little bit, but he stayed in the game. Nobody saw it last week. What's he talking about? Nobody knew he had rib problems last week after that game. Nobody talked about it. So why are you going on there saying, I knew what happened? You don't need to be a know-it-all. You don't. You don't need to be, I saw it last week. I'm one of the few that saw it. You did. Settle down, Tiger.
I was still driving yesterday, too, when the game started, so I just turned it on because I want to listen to the new Jacksonville guy.
Yeah.
And it's not that he's bad.
It's different.
It's different.
And that's the thing.
And again, everybody got accustomed to Pash and Wolfley because I didn't realize Pash was there for 24 years.
No, Tom Dillon. Tom Dillon left, and then he's been there ever since.
24 years.
Yeah. And Tom Dillon was loved, and Pash stepped in and filled in those spots.
Yeah. And I forget what it was like when he first got here, but I'm sure it was an adjustment for Cardinal fans.
Yeah.
AQ Shipley versus Wolfley. I happen to know Wolf, and we're friends, and so your opinion's always skewed a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole wow and bang and boom and Superman.
I hated that part. I hated that part.
But it kind of grows on you a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. I hated that.
Yeah.
But you became accustomed to it. So now when you're not hearing it, it sounds like a boring broadcast.
Yeah, yes.
So I don't want to knock those guys, but I agree with you. I wanted to listen to the beginning of it. I listened to the pregame, and when they come on, was it 10 minutes before and they talk and stuff like that? Yeah, no, I think they're going to do well together.
Yeah.
Now, is there a different analyst you could possibly go with that could kind of liven it up? But again, it's because you're going from a lively Wolfley to a not as lively guy.
Right.
That's where I struggle with it. But I thought they did well.
But
I just cracked me up when AQ Shipley's all like, I saw that play live. No, I saw it live. No, you didn't. Settle down.
Especially your first game together.
Yeah.
That's where I always look back, if I have any regret about my broadcasting career, was the fact that I got 2, 3, 4 games with Fox every year.
Yeah.
NFL. And it was always the extra 8th game.
Yeah, exactly. We need to fill in.
We got 6 crews, and then the 7th or 8th game, we're going to put a couple guys together.
Yeah.
And working together with somebody for the first time is always so difficult because there's guys.
People don't realize this.
Who are play-by-play who want to show they've done all this research. They want to get all their knowledge out. And
well, you're both auditioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And And instead of saying let's audition as a team,
Yeah.
you're kind of each individual.
Yeah. I can't stand it when play-by people start giving stats and
Oh.
stuff like that. It drives me nuts. That's what the analyst is there for.
And
That does drive me nuts.
And that's why you know the good ones, because they'll pepper you with a couple, but they also let the analysts.
That's why I don't like choice partner. I just forgot his name.
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck. That's why I don't like him. He tries to. Oh, Troy, look at what I got for info. And it's like, dude, Troy can tell us all that, buddy. Settle down, Tiger.
Right.
Type of stuff. But no, it is interesting. We'll have to see how that grows. I didn't think it was terrible. I only listened to the first few minutes of the game like you. I didn't think it was terrible and stuff like that, but I was intrigued by it. I was just laughing. Robert says AQ was doing his Gambo impression, parroting what he was told. I'll say this. Not that Wolf gives you insight into what was happening on the field. That was actually one of my biggest complaints about Wolf, is Wolf wouldn't give you insights. He would talk about the blood sport and that type of stuff, but you wouldn't get the insights into the team as much as a normal analyst would kind of do. Think like a Tony Romo, where he'll get into what they learned during the week. Wolf kind of avoided that a little bit, type of a thing, and stuff like that. So I'd like to see more of that. But like, I just felt I agree with Robert on this. Even last year, I felt like AQ Shipley was like keeping it. I like this job, and the Cardinals aren't going to fire me because I get too in the weeds here. And for those of you that don't know, Diamondbacks especially, broadcasters get told what they can and cannot say.
The Cardinals?
No. I'm talking about. I switched over to the Diamondbacks here. What'd I say?
You said Diamondbacks.
Yeah. So Diamondbacks broadcasters get told what they can say and what they can't say.
Well,
my point is, sometimes it's bland because the teams demand it, is what I'm getting at.
Well, and that's what I was going to come to Wolf's rescue a little bit, because he also had the Daily Show.
Yeah.
And he had a relationship with the Cardinals. And he had to always be careful because he did know more than he was allowed to say on air.
Yes.
And they would chastise you if you shared too much, if you shared the wrong thing, if whatever. So some of that you're kind of hamstrung, and you don't realize that as a listener.
Yeah. So I'll blame AQ Shipley for that. That I don't like it, but at the same time, I realize it's probably not him.
Yeah.
So it's just what you listen to.
There have been known cases where the owner or the sports information director, I know that's not what they call him in the NFL,
no,
the PR guy,
the media guy,
would be literally sitting in the row above them in the press box.
I knew the guy at one time that did PA stuff after touchdowns and everything.
Yeah.
And if he said it a little too enthusiastically, they'd come barging into the room and tell him to settle it down. He's being too enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a while ago. No, so it was interesting to see. But so I mean, lots of changes around the Cardinals, and this is the most optimistic I am for this Cardinals team going into the season. Just seeing what you're seeing on the field right now in a preseason format. Will it translate to regular season? I'm not telling you they're going to win 30 games, 12 games or anything like that. But my God, I like what I see so far. I want to now see what happens in the regular season.
Yeah.
I think their defense is going to get exposed. I think their defense is going to give up some points. So it's going to come down to the offense to score a lot. And have you seen anything in this preseason that makes you think they're not capable of doing it?
No, and again, what I'm saying, to me, it's not the amount of points they're putting up. That looks good.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, could that pass be completed against a starting cornerback? Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing these passes that are on a rope, and
from
on a dime.
Every quarterback,
and all of them look confident. They look comfortable. The protection is pretty good.
Dale, who are you cutting as a receiver? Every receiver is making unbelievable catches. Well, one-handed coverage passes. They're spinning around and catching a ball behind their head. I know I'm being sarcastic here, but every receiver is making plays.
Yes.
Who's getting cut from the receiving corps? But my point on this is, with all of this stuff and the excitement I've got right now around the Cardinals and all of that, you can't dispute the fact this team comes into these games ready to play. They've come in confident. It shows they're working hard in practice and getting it all down, and everybody's engaged. That's what it's showing. That is step one to an improving product on the field in the regular season. That is step one. You didn't have that last year, and you have it this year, and it's exciting to see.
You know, when you look at it, they did have a few more penalties last night.
He addresses the penalties,
and you can tell that bothers him.
It does.
It's a point of emphasis.
He goes into those media sessions, and he starts naming them. We had holding penalty. We had an false start penalty. Like, he starts naming them off top of his head.
Yeah. Well, he did it at halftime too.
At the halftime speech, or the halftime interview and stuff like that. No, but that gives you hope. He's a coach that pays attention to the details.
Yeah.
He's not one of those coaches that, at least openly, doesn't pay. I'm sure Jonathan Gannon paid attention to details, but when you talk to him, he acted like they weren't big deals, and we were all like, "They're big deals." LaFleur has no problem going and going, all right, this needs to stop, and this is what we're fixing. It's fantastic to see. I just sit here and I watch this. 2 meaningless preseason games, Dale, and I'm walking away going, okay, we got a coaching staff that knows football, which we haven't had in the past, and we got players that are buying into this system and showing up and working hard. I'll even give Marv as an example. On that first drive, and Marvin Harrison was in that game with Brissett, did you see any body language issues? Did you see any, shrug your shoulders type issues?
Nothing I saw in college.
You saw confidence.
Yep.
He was confident out there. Marvin Harrison isn't known for his confidence on the field. And he's got confidence out there. 90% of coaching is making sure your players are going to the game confident they can do the job.
Did you see the excitement in Jacoby Brissett and the rest of the guys when he caught that touchdown?
I did, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen Jacoby Brissett skip and jump.
Well, he celebrates touchdowns, but not like that.
No.
Yeah, not like that.
You can tell it's kind of special.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just there's something about this team. Now, like I said, you got to put together the regular season. But, I was looking at more power polls. Yesterday, I talked about the NFL.com one where the Cardinals are 26. That shocked me. Athletic has them 32 in the league. Yahoo has them 32 in the league and stuff like that. And it's like you're watching them in preseason at least going, okay, I don't know if this is going to equate to 3, 4, or 5 wins or more. I don't know if it's going to equate to that. But by gosh darn it, this team is ready to go. They're paying attention to the right thing. And it's shocking. And then right before the Cardinals kicked off yesterday, and we'll get to the Beck thing here. I'm going to take a break, and then we'll get to the Beck thing. Tune into the Lions game because it's Petzing and the Lions. Just like I'm going to be watching the Packers game because Gannon's the defensive coordinator of the Packers. Drew Petzing is awful at his job. Dan Campbell's going to get his butt fired with his bad offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator choices since he lost the 2 to head coaching positions.
Yeah.
This is going to be his downfall because this is terrible. Terrible as can be. I'm pulling it up here. Give me 1 second here. I got to switch to the Jane Daniels stuff here. Let me pull up my NFL.com scouting here. Drew Petzing Lions, first 5 possessions last night. Interception, punt, turnover on downs, which, by the way, another one of those garbage dump-offs on fourth down, just ridiculous play call on fourth down again. Fumble, and then a punt.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like the Cardinals' offense of the last 2 years?
That's what we're used to kind of seeing the last couple years.
And so I went from watching that to over to the Cardinals game, and I was like, that might be my problem, Dale. Is the Cardinals might just be a mediocre bottom-level football team. But we're just used to seeing the interception, punt, turnover and down, fumble, punt again, terrible play call in between all that stuff. And we might just be used to that to the point where we see an actual football-looking thing out there and we're all just giddy about it.
I know we're getting to the quarterback, but also I want to throw out there that there's a guy who's going to challenge Trey McBride for some touchdown catches out there.
That's this is my point. I brought up the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Who you cutting on the wide thing?
Simi Fahuko.
Yeah. So he's one of those veteran receiver. He's been around a while, but some of these younger receivers are catching balls, right? But then even then, you got some tight ends catching some footballs out there.
Yeah.
My point is this team has depth on the offensive side, which they haven't ever had before. Michael Wilson, was it the halftime or after the game? Yes, I think it was after the game. Says this is the most fun I've ever had playing football.
No, that's at halftime.
It was at halftime.
Yeah.
That was the most fun I've ever had playing football.
Yeah.
In a meaningless preseason game, folks. We have a coaching staff that knows how to motivate guys and put a system together and have confidence going, what the hell is happening, Bidwell? We're not supposed to have this goodness.
Steve wants more season tickets.
We're supposed to be miserable right now. I'm blown away by the way the Cardinals are. And you got to keep in mind, though, because, they could start the season 0-4 with their schedule. But they're going to look better. They're going to look better doing it.
However they start off, this gives them at least a running start from last year.
And what you're giving is hope, not just to the fan base, but you're giving hope to the players, to everybody around the organization, and that's all you can ask for, really, when you're expected to be so terrible out there.
Things are going to become more difficult once the regular season hits. I know that, but remember, we saw ugly preseasons turn into ugly regular seasons.
They didn't score in the preseason last year.
Right.
I think it was somebody posted. I think it was 3 touchdowns in all of preseason last year.
Yeah.
And they had that in the first drive of last night's game. They hit that number. I think they had 4 last night with that first one from Jacoby Brissett. It's just unbelievable what you're seeing with this team and stuff to that effect. It's fun. But when we come back here, let's get into it. Conspiracy Theory Steve's out yesterday. Tinfoil and everything. Come on back. Main event. And we're back here. Before we get into my conspiracy theory, have some fun with that.
Yeah.
LaFleur yesterday after the game did talk about injuries. I wasn't able to cut it the way I wanted to, so I went to Bo Brock's Twitter page, PHNX guy, and I sniped it from him, so give him the credit for this clip here.
Okay.
LaFleur after the game talking about the injuries.
Santos obviously left with the knee. Jamison Gears ended up right there in kind of that last little sequence, ended up having a thumb. And then Jeremiah Love had the ankle. He could have returned if we needed him to. So he's fine.
There you go. Jeremiah Love, ankle on top of it. Take that bad boy out. You know what? His ankles are going to get hurt because he's just spectacular out there.
He kind of showed his whole array. He showed the burst. He showed the speed to the outside. He showed the moves. For me, you kind of showed me all you need to show me.
Yeah.
Practice up till the regular season, and then don't let him play again.
I agree. Let him go to halftime.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
Yes.
I agree with you on that. You saw what you needed to see last night.
It wasn't like, oh, boy, he got stuffed 4 times and dropped 2 passes and whatever.
Dale, there were plays where he would make a move to try to avoid the tackle. Finesse is what I call that. And then there were times where he was looking for the contact.
No.
He does everything. He did everything last night, from avoiding, making guys miss, running it, that one play up the middle. It was just casually jogging through the hole and then just boom, 10 yards down the field without even blinking.
With a burst.
It was just like, whoa, there's another gear coming out.
And then bouncing it outside, and the guy come up to make a tackle, and you could tell the cornerback wasn't sure whether he was going to jump over him or keep going. And he spun back inside, and the cornerback's just grabbing for air. You could see him get up, kind of shaking his head.
Just reaching for everything.
Oh.
It was just fun to watch him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the regular season. But we get news after the show ends yesterday. We're getting ready. I'm driving home, and the Cardinals announced Carson Beck unavailable. Rib discomfort.
Well, you always rest your starting quarterback the second preseason game.
Okay. Which my instant thought was, okay, you didn't hear about this injury at all.
No, not all week.
He practiced all week. Now, you're not being tackled in practice.
Right.
I get it. How bad of a rib injury? It's a cartilage damage because then you can't breathe, stuff to that effect. It wasn't bad enough that if this was a regular season game and you needed him, he would have played.
Right.
But I said yesterday, my thought process was I'm of the opinion Carson Beck, without seeing Jacoby Brissett. Now I think this narrative is gone because Brissett looked good last night and so did Minshew.
Yeah.
But I was going into that game, my thought process was you cannot allow Carson Beck to play last night because if Brissett struggles, Minshew struggles a little bit, and then Beck goes in there and looks good again, you have a full-blown controversy on your hands. Dale, is it plausible? My conspiracy theory's there, where there was no way they were letting Carson Beck play last night because they did not want a full-blown controversy looking them straight in the face if something went awry with the other two guys playing last night. It didn't look great.
Steve,
and then Carson Beck goes in there and lights it up.
Steve, I think that you probably were still somewhat in your deep slumber.
This was before my
and anger because I don't think that they thought that deep.
They totally thought that deep.
Thought that I think their thinking was we're going to play three quarterbacks tonight. And Jacoby's going to take one or two series. Like I said, well, if you go on a 7-8 play drive, you complete 5 of 5 and you score a touchdown, out.
Yeah.
You're out.
And you look good doing it.
Yes. Yeah. You're out. And now we got to get Minshew, so some snaps, and then again at the end of the day, you got to give the Keaton Slovis some shots just to see if he can pick up with somebody else. Because right now the top three quarterbacks.
Yes.
Now how close it is between Slovis and Carson Beck?
It's not
Slovis. Minshew.
Beck and Minshew.
Yeah.
That's my point. You needed Carson Beck to sit out last night.
No, you didn't.
Because otherwise, at a minimum, people would be clamoring for Beck to be the number 2 quarterback. And you're not paying a 3 guy $7 million a year.
Well, here's my thing.
You needed Beck to not play last night and look good playing it, Dale.
I think that's a lot of thought on your part.
It wasn't any thought at all. Popped in my head the second I saw it.
I really think that's a lot of thought on your part.
Like I said, conspiracy theory, Steve. The reality is he played so well, kind of like Brissett, kind of like Love, right? You saw him play the whole first half. You don't need him to play in any more preseason games.
Right.
Because you saw what he can do. You got him comfortable out there, etc. Same thing with Beck. Dude, kid, you lit up the first game. You're going to get a look at our future if the time comes this year when we're not playing well. If you have bruised ribs, you're sitting this one out. You don't need to go out there and prove anything. That's the reality. But a little bit of me, Dale, says, we're not going to dare let this kid go start and show up our other 2 guys.
I tell you what's fascinating to me, since you brought this up, and I hadn't even gotten into next week. How do they handle next week?
Cowboys in town at home.
I mean, but again, do they do the same rotation except for this time it's Beck that comes in third?
Is that home crowd going to want to sit there until the fourth quarter to see Beck play?
Because, obviously Jacoby, if he plays next week, which I think he will, It'll be maybe 2 series.
It'll be the same thing.
Because then he'll be done.
Yeah.
He'll be done to the regular season.
I'm a big fan of starters should play at least one series in every preseason game.
And if that series is not good,
then the
you
second
play
one,
2.
and then you pull them out.
Yeah.
It just gets the rust off.
Yep.
It gets them out there hitting other people. Now I know they're going to go to Green Bay and practice joint practices with the Green Bay Packers and stuff to that effect. So I know that's coming. But at least in this next preseason game, I think you should see the starters again to start the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then just pull them out. Then whoever else is out. Third preseason game, don't start the starters. I don't care in that one. So I agree with you on that. But I was thinking about this last night because I'm like, I have no desire to go to this preseason. Ethan wants to go. Autumn will go if she wants to.
It's the star.
I'm like, let me just give it away.
It's the star.
It's nonsense.
It could be sold out, Steve.
Probably of Cowboys fans. But then I'm like, is Beck getting into this game? I want to see Beck in person. I've seen him play in person in college at Georgia. Went to a championship game and saw him playing that. But then the question becomes, in a playoff game, I saw him in that. The question then becomes, though, I'm not interested in going if he's only going to play in the fourth quarter.
No, you can show up at halftime.
Yeah, then I don't have to worry about it. I want to leave at halftime.
Why?
It's going to be interesting. Home crowd, everybody's clamoring for it. But that's the danger the Cardinals have. Dale, you'd say, I'm not saying the coaching staffs are thinking this way, but you can't tell me the front office isn't thinking. Avoid a controversy. Dale, he wins. He goes out there and dominates in that Hall of Fame game. Pat McAfee's doing nothing. Ian Rappaport's talking about how Carson Beck needs to be the starter. Steve Keim, when he's not, ripping off other football players, is out there saying, you got to start Carson Beck out there. He's taking time from stealing money from 1 million people, allegedly, all of that stuff. He's got all of that out there. You can't have a quarterback controversy, man. You avoid it. You can help yourself avoid it.
I think what Brissett did last night.
I think it squashed it.
Squashed whatever that you're thinking Carson's going to start the season.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Jacoby looked great. We talked about it. Everybody who just says, "Oh, well, Jacoby won one game last year."
I know.
The offense moved when he was in the ball game.
Yeah.
They just couldn't score 40 points to have a chance to win.
and the play calling was terrible at times last year. Yeah, no, you're right. And that's what, even Gardner Minshew shows he should be the number 2 quarterback going into this year.
He looked pretty damn good.
That is squashed.
Yeah.
But again, you sit those 2 guys and Carson Beck goes out there and driving them up and down the field, having fun, looks like a stud. And a home game, oh, you're going to have it's just, how do you work this so you're not having to answer nonstop questions about your starting quarterback moving forward?
And I'm going to tell you what, the more I hear and listen and watch what this LaFleur puts on the field,
I like him a lot.
The more I'm liking it.
I like him a lot. I was worried he was going to be a Cliff Kingsbury player-only coach.
I had some doubts.
He's got a little bit of the Cliff Kingsbury player coach, but he's also got it's a lot like Sean McVay. You can see it. Sean McVay's a player coach, folks, but he'll also tell that player how bad they're sucking.
Oh, yes, he will.
And I think LaFleur is that type of guy.
And again, everything I've seen over the first month of Cardinals camp, I really, really like. I can't remember the last year that I said that.
Yeah.
Looking over a month of Cardinals camp.
I agree 100%. That's what's amazing.
Whether it's players making dumb decisions, whether it's players driving 120 miles an hour to practice because they're late, whether it's guys getting in trouble, whether it's bad play calling, whether it's sloppy play. Hey, you could just go a litany of things that you, over the last few years, that you go, you just don't do that.
Yeah. Well, and then it's just awful footballing going on the field. We're all paying for it. Robert does say it will be sold out. You'll see the same people you see at Dodger games when they play the D-backs. Then when the Spurs come to town, they switch to that as well, right? Out there as well. Robert says most will be relatives of mine out there. Yeah. Just exciting to see on the Cardinals front. Now, first preseason home game next Saturday coming up.
First and only, Steve.
Yeah, I know, only one this year because they have the deal.
You got off easy.
Oh, thank God. I hate those 2-1 years. I hate those 2 years.
You mean those 2 game years?
Yeah, the 2 game where you have 2 games. I can't. Preseason is the biggest ripoff on the face of the planet to season ticket holders. Of all the bad things the Cardinals do to you, the season ticket holder, and the NFL does to season ticket holders, the number one egregious thing is full-priced preseason games. It is the biggest nut kick that you can have.
Do they do this to you? Because I remember seeing my brother Mark's when he had them.
But they don't lower it enough.
But on your season tickets are your season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever their cost, they cost. But they'll put this preseason game.
So like the
is
Seattle
$42.
The Seattle game is going to be the Seattle second game of the season is going to be a high price game.
Right.
And then later on the Jets game will be so let's just say for my ticket, let's just say the Seattle game will be $250 a ticket.
Yeah.
And then the Jets game will be like $125 a ticket.
So it averages out to
So
whatever
yeah, you pay the same amount, but they web and flow it. Yeah.
Makes you feel better if you actually look at the price on your ticket.
Yeah.
Except for you, I mean, you don't ever look at the price. You just now I will say,
No, Dale, you pay it and you forget about it.
I do have one.
Every time I show up to the stadium deal, I go, "Oh, it's free. It's already been paid for."
I have one beef with the broadcasts.
All right. Well, do you want to save it for after the break? Come on back and lead with it.
Sure.
Let's do it, because then we still got Jaden Daniels stuff and then a lot of Sun stock.
Well, we got a little probably Arizona high school football. We got a little bit of that going on.
My buddy that's blocked me now because I see a lot of people are calling him scammer and they're railing on him now because of me. Everybody knew it before. I'm just putting.
You don't want to get in Steve's eyesight on public media. You don't want to be in the crosshairs.
Yeah, you don't want to annoy me to that level. But most people wouldn't. It's just people. I don't like bad people. Let's put it that way. Come on back, folks. Second hour main event coming up next. I was like, how do you come back there? You choking on that while you're trying to count. It was pretty funny.
You never know what Ethan's doing in that other room.
Stuffing his face with his Chick-fil-A sandwich this morning on top of it. Out there. Dale, before we left, of course, second hour, don't forget, live here on YouTube, TME Media AZ, 8 to 10 o'clock. Of course, then everything on demand on YouTube afterwards. For those of you that don't like YouTube, we're on demand on Rumble as well, including The Real Matrix. New episode today at noon. The first of 2 Fauci episodes coming up for those of you interested in that. Coming your way today at noon, of course, on the free podcast systems as well. Just search the Angry Patriot, The Real Matrix, Angry Patriot. It comes right up for you. As soon as we're done here live, well, it'll be up on demand as well on YouTube and over on the Rumble as well. Rumble.com/user/TME Media is the page. You could just search. You could just search The Real Matrix. It pops up now. It's finally in the search engine over there on Rumble for everybody out there as well. So yeah, it's people finally got to the watch level that Rumble was happy with, I guess. But it's over there as well. So of course, don't forget, follow TME Media AZ as well on Twitter, just our parent company that does everything here and shows everything that we do. Dale, talk about the broadcast.
No, there's only one thing that just started getting under my skin about midway through the second quarter.
You're talking about TV or radio?
TV.
Here? Okay.
And thank goodness I had it recorded.
It was the local guys.
Yeah, but what I like is the fact that you can fast forward through commercials when you let the game get going for half an hour or whatever. So that's the way I can only watch sports now. But the one thing that I just couldn't stop because it was like an evil magnet that made me stop the fast forward during the commercials, and that's get your season tickets. Be part of the Red Sea.
You were watching Craig Grialou and I don't know who the analyst was. But they worked directly for the Arizona Cardinals. Dale. They were doing their job.
Oh, it was just, I mean,
it literally was.
Nauseum.
Jeremiah Love takes the handoff, runs to the 3-yard line. Oh, man, don't forget your season tickets, folks. You can see this in person. Be part of the Red Sea. Oh, he's tackled at the 1. Just short of a touchdown. I know. It was ridiculous.
But yet they'll make you think that, boy, it's really hard to get season tickets. Really hard, Steve.
It is, Dale. The Cardinals make it extremely hard to get them and keep them.
Good thing you got all 4 of them, Steve.
I bet you if anybody called the Cardinals last night, they probably were put on hold.
Please call back on Monday.
You had to leave a voicemail.
Everybody's out of the office watching the game.
I supposedly have a direct line to my ticket guy. I can never get him. Straight to voicemail
wow.
every time. They're always busy, Dale. Always busy.
But that's my only complaint, and I can fast forward through about
they're doing their
50%
job.
of those.
But I know I'm being facetious, but I know that did. I didn't even know you were going there, but I did. I'm sure Craig Greeley's a nice dude. I'm not bashing him on a personal level, but I just don't like his voice calling games, man. It's just something about the voice that just kind of just.
Was he the one on radio?
He did the fill-in duties for Passion, everything.
Right.
He had to, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I said. It's not. It's a preference, and it's.
Hold on. I don't think it's Grialou.
Oh, Paulie Pigskin, that guy, the old sideline reporter who's not back.
Sideline reporter.
I'm nailing the wrong guy then.
Yeah,
but even last night with Grialou, I was like, but again, it's different. It's we're used to certain voice, like other preseason games. It was Passion Wolf on TV, and they had people backfilling it on the radio side.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they're not doing that, so it's just different, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not bashing them. It's just different than what we've been used to for a lot of years. So it's going to take some time. Lucky enough, I'm at most games, or you're watching it on TV with the national broadcasters and stuff to that effect. Which, believe me, I pick on them just as much as I'm going to say things about. Actually, I'm harsher on them than I am the local guys out there as well. Before we move off of football here, your buddy Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. I thought he came out and put it to rest by saying that's his mom, not him.
He didn't say that, but he did say this. Throw it up, Ethan. He put a statement out and said, "I have been locked in on training camp, and that's been my number one focus. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hope is that I will get it done privately. My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust this can all be resolved." No, name me another college player that went on to the pros that had success that had sent a cease and desist letter to a school, Dale.
Because of their number.
Well, so I read the reporting. It's about his NIL, okay.
What?
Because there's a lot of stuff out, because Ryan Clark came out and goes, it's not about the number. Ryan Clark's an idiot. That's why he got fired from ESPN. That's why he's an idiot. Still an idiot. Didn't make him not an idiot. He's running cover because he went to LSU, and he's like, I talked to all sides. They set the cease and desist for the NIL likeness because that contract expired. Now, LSU still has a right to show Jaden Daniels because they own the copyrights to the broadcast and stuff like that.
Correct.
But what they can't do, from what I understand, is they can't use Jaden Daniels' likeness to sell merchandise and or tickets. So they can sell number 5 jerseys, but they can't use his likeness because he doesn't get a cut of it. There's no contract there. So there's a delineation. They can't use his likeness to sell things, but they can use it to promote the school that he was there and stuff to that effect because they own those copyrights. Now, the reason why he sent the letter is because he was mad his number was given to the cornerback. Last year, that cornerback had number 3, and it changed because a new head coach is in there. Lane Kiffin has no ties to Jaden Daniels.
Right.
He wasn't there. You know who did? Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly said no, right on that side. But Dale, then it got absurd. So if you don't know, when you win the Heisman Trophy, the player gets one, the school gets one. 2 different trophies. And they both own those trophies.
And just so you know, on recruiting visits, the coaches will take the prospective players through the football offices and look
At the
at
Heisman
a
Trophy.
Heisman Trophy winner.
All the trophies.
Yeah.
And to demand that the LSU give back their version of the Heisman Trophy, what are you doing, man?
You already have one.
And to say you're focused on Commanders?
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't know, what we mean by what Dell meant by his mom is doing all this stuff. His mom started an entity, and it's called Players Get Back. Something to that effect is what it's called. Meaning players get what their players deserve, and we're going to make sure they get it. It starts with my son, Jaden Daniels. I would hate to be a girl that's in Jaden Daniels' life with that woman around. Can't do anything.
My goodness.
It is embarrassing. It is sad. It is ridiculous what he's doing. And now he's trying to be like I said yesterday, what Jaden Daniels is doing by doing this is, one, he's making himself look like a complete moron.
Yes.
And whether he says it or not, it's going to be a distraction around Commanders camp. Did you see the stuff flying around the internet yesterday? It was gold. Players are no longer allowed to give high fives. They have to give high fours because out of respect for Jaden Daniels. StubHub itself on its official Twitter platform said they're no longer going to sell tickets because, was it 5 tickets or 5 tickets at a time because of in respect to Jaden Daniels. The memes are hysterical. Like it was wait till he finds out. I forget the player, but wait till they find out the player that's wearing 2 5s on his jersey at LSU, 55. The memes were hysterical yesterday. And now you had to have the cornerback go to a podium yesterday and say, I'm keeping the number 5. Joe Burrow number isn't retired, but he was told after he won the championship that they're not going to give his number out anymore. That's a deal between the coaching staff and the player. Brian Kelly's not there anymore. Lane Kiffin doesn't have that deal anymore. To be this upset because your number was given up, that you're acting like a giant baby, and then you put that garbage out, telling everybody his mom's controlling this, which is that's his team, folks, if you don't know. But then second of all, Dale, the embarrassing thing about this is he says, I focused on Commanders football. You had to put a statement out yesterday, and every time you go to the podium now, until the regular season starts, you're going to be asked about your stupidity asking for a number 5 number. Everything happened at LSU. Your teammates are going to be asked about your LSU shenanigans and bullcrap you're doing. It's just an absolute joke of a statement that I'm focused on Commanders football only. My team's dealing with this. Football is an interesting sport here and everything like that. And you're doing things that nobody's ever done before. You're not even the best quarterback to come out in that time frame. Joey Burrow was the best quarterback to come out. Won a championship there. And you're acting like you're big-timing Joey B? I'm not even an LSU fan. And I know Joe Burrow. I have respect for Joe Burrow as a quarterback at LSU and what he did there. I'm smart enough to not step on that guy's toes there. And the fan base is going to side with Joey B, and you're going to look more like a moron. And he wants to look like a moron. He does. He doesn't care.
Well,
because to him, it's all about money and his disrespect. You felt profound disrespect because they gave your number to a really good cornerback 2 years after you left? What? Why are you even worried about that?
It's like I've told, like I heard Michael Irvin say. Because the Cowboys don't retire numbers. Now, number 12 doesn't get given out. Roger Staubach. I don't know if number 8's been given out. It's not officially retired.
It has to be a special player, and they asked Michael
Yeah.
Irvin's case. I don't know if you're going to tell us the story.
Yeah,
but
88. Well,
it wasn't given out until
Michael Irvin was the first one to wear 88. Drew
There's a-
Pearson wore it before
a
him.
pretty good receiver
Yeah.
before Irvin that wore it.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 in a row that wore it.
Yes, Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And Michael Irvin, and now it's CeeDee Lamb.
And they asked Michael.
Yeah.
And asked, do you mind if CeeDee Lamb? And he goes, he's good enough to wear my jersey. Basically, what Michael said.
Well, and his thinking is, and this would be my thinking, hey, one of these days I'm going to be dead. And if my number's up in the register, you look up and go, I bet you that old guy was
Like
was
I do
pretty good.
for Night Train for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that guy in the 1939 season.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But he said, no, I wanted to be alive and around, but this is college.
Yeah.
What did LSU do anything for you, Jaden Daniels? If you're to stay at ASU, are you top pick in the draft? Are you winning the Heisman Trophy at ASU?
Is he where he is today?
No.
If it wasn't for LSU, and he's acting like he's better than LSU.
Yes. Yeah.
If I was an LSU fan, if I was an LSU player today, if I was an LSU coaching staff or administration, I'd be looking at Jaden Daniels today going, dude, we made you.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're big timing us?
And did he win a national championship?
Nope.
Don't
He
think
won,
so.
he won a selfish award.
Don't think so.
He won the selfish one. He won the title there. And I'll take a championship over Heisman Trophy winner every day of the week.
Or both is pretty good.
Yeah. But I would just take a guy that could take you to the championship level. It's just, I don't understand. And then I'm just saying this. Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, is going to have more of an RG3 career than he will anything else. Meaning his first year in the NFL was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
This kid's a stud. Now RG3 got hurt, stuff like that in his career was, went downhill after that and was eventually out of the league. I'm not saying it's going to happen the same way with injuries, even though that was a pretty substantial injury he had last year. He's coming back from. But I just think Jaden Daniels going to slowly work himself out of a starting quarterback and into that position. He had that initial blip. I think it's going to slowly go down. And I can't wait for it to happen. The kid and his family is just unbearable.
Well,
People don't rally around people like this.
and the thing is that this was the first time something like this came up.
That's issue number 2.
This is a pattern.
We know about it here.
Yes.
His mom sitting on the bleachers at ASU practice, commanding things to happen, stuff to that. It's just it's a pattern. It's not likable, man. You're putting yourself above, and you know this, Dale, in locker rooms. I bet it goes over well when somebody puts themselves over the team. I'm sure that just goes over splendid in a football locker room.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
So it's an interesting thing coming the way of Jaden Daniels. Watch him this year. I'm not saying the pro teams are gonna they're gonna fail on him, but he starts to struggle a little bit or something like that. You have enough negativity to kind of throw on that pile a little bit more, and you don't get the benefit of the doubt, which makes it harder to overcome those opinions. And that's what Jaden Daniels is threatening to move into, is that level of things. Who was that? I was trying to think of his name yesterday. I couldn't think of it. The quarterback that had all the arm strength on the planet, and would throw the ball like 90 yards on the field. Big, tall, white guy. And then he had a crappy attitude about everything. I'd say with Atlanta, maybe. But there was a quarterback that did that. All the talent in the world, bad attitude, me-type player, and people didn't like it, and he was gone so quickly.
I thought you were saying maybe Jamarcus Russell.
No. Before that, it would have been your era time frame. Oh my God, Jeff George. Thank you. I'm like, I could picture. It was a Colts. I want to say Atlanta, but it was Colts, right? Just all the talent in the world. Everybody loved the talent side of it. But his bad attitude, couldn't get him. He probably would have been Hall of Famer if he had a better attitude. And the teams just turned on him because of that attitude and me type of stuff out there. And that's the danger that Jaden Daniels is going into here in his second season. And that's not a good sign, in my opinion, coming up here. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up on that as well. Before we get into Sun stock here, because I want to end it with the NBA here, because we got to break down the schedule here. Your Diamondbacks, Dale.
Boy, they can't win for losing, can they?
Yeah, even on a day off, they lose.
Yes.
I think, you know what? They
Over.
got about as many runs scored yesterday as they did during a regular game.
Wow. No, as many hits with runners in scoring position.
That's the way to phrase it. Yeah. Throw up the National League wild card for me here. Yep. Off day yesterday. They're now a half a game behind the Phillies and Padres here. In the standings outside looking in. First time in a while the Diamondbacks have been outside in about a month or so roughly. And that stuff. Now, it was an off day. You got to give them time to come around. The problem that you have here is, as I said, Padres and Phillies just got done playing hard teams. Their schedule gets a little easier as you are now going into hard schedules coming up here on the road as well. Braves for 3 starting today, 4:15 p.m. first pitch, and then you go into the Red Sox on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Boston. Those are both really good teams, folks, that you're going up against. So you've made it a little bit harder to come through here. Dale, we come in on Monday. I know it'll be after the Braves here. We come in on Monday. What are we looking at for the Diamondbacks weekend?
Well, remember what we said was the fact that they finally worked themselves into the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I think they had 2.5 game lead.
They did. They put some gaps between themselves.
And that's all been taken away. And as you said, now the schedule, I mean, you have Atlanta, you have Boston, you have Cincinnati, and you have the Cubs.
Yeah. And so you get the Thursday off, and then Cincinnati and Cubs at home. But those
at
are
home.
Cincinnati's trying to stay in this play. Even though they're 5.5 games out, they're trying to play in it. But to me, the Cubs are the team when playoffs come. Like I said, I discount the Brewers just because I don't watch Brewers, but they apparently are really, really good.
Yeah.
But I'll just put it this way. I think really highly of the Cubs and their chances come playoff time. So if I think that highly of the Cubs, I got to think that highly of the Brewers because they're better than the Cubs, right, in that division and stuff like that. But that's not going to be an easy series against the Cubs.
Well, and think about the Cubs when they come here. How many Chicago people live
that's
here?
The problem.
There can be a lot of fans at those games. And
you got Brandon Pfaadt on the mound today against Chris Sale. Chris Sale's a pretty dang good pitcher.
Yeah.
You struggle against mediocre pitchers with getting hits and stuff to that. And you got Chris Sale going out there today. Maybe we'll get lucky and the umpires will call a balk against him, so he'll get thrown out in this game early. Maybe we'll get lucky and that'll happen again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the next day when the umpires were coming on the field and he was yelling at him and the umpire threw him out?
That's what I saw.
Yeah, you saw the next day. Yeah, so we got thrown out of that game. They called a balk. It was absolutely ridiculous call by the umpires. Just stupidity of a call against the umpires on that game, and they threw him out. And the next day, he's in the dugout, and the umpires are, the umpires come out, and they run down the side, and he's yelling at him. So the umpire just looks at him and tosses him out of the game. It's his day off. He got fired on his day off.
Right.
Brandon Pfaadt needs to pitch like he's been pitching for you to stay in this game, but you got to somehow find ways to get to Chris Sale or get him out of the game early enough where you can get to the Braves bullpen. This team and the Red Sox, who are one of the hottest teams in baseball as well, your next 6 games, Dale, are against teams that can win the World Series. Not just playoff. Like the Padres are playoff potential. Phillies are playoff potential. I don't necessarily put them in World Series capable level at this point. I do put the Braves and I do put the Red Sox in that level right now as well with the way that the Red Sox are playing as well. Now, they're only 5-5 in their last 10, but they've just ripped off a ton of wins and stuff the Red Sox did as we're going into that. So this is a dangerous
a little bit.
This is a dangerous 6 games for the Diamondbacks.
But we got a long ways before we get there. The Braves, they're 73-48.
Yeah.
They have a run differential of plus 124.
I just got sick, Dale. I was going to avoid
plus
talking about that.
124. I mean, you got the Brewers and the Dodgers, the only 2 teams with more.
The Diamondbacks are right there with them, though. They're plus 11, Dale. They're almost there.
Hey, that's better than they were even.
No. You're matching up for these 3 games. You're matching up against a World Series contending team.
Yeah.
This isn't the Reds. This isn't the Nationals. You're going up against a team that can make it to the World Series and win it. With these 3 games, how do you match up? The Rockies series doesn't give you faith that you can match up. But then again, this Diamondbacks team goes and wins against teams like this.
Right. It almost seems like they play up or down to the competition.
The problem is your next 12 games are freaking hard.
Yeah.
Come out. But it's not just, here's the problem. It's not just what you do. It's what the Phillies and the Padres do also.
And by the way,
you have to worry about.
Chris Sale, he's 12-7 on the year. Boy, he's given up a ton of runs. His ERA is 2.20. 151 strikeouts.
He's a mean son of a gun.
Yeah,
I love me some Chris. He's a little crazy. He's a little nuts.
You'd like to have him on your team.
But he's one heck of a pitcher. I'll never forget. I think it was when he was with the White Sox, and they came out with like an old school uniform, and he was supposed to pitch that day, and he took scissors to it and cut it all up so he couldn't pitch. So they'd have to scratch him for that game because he didn't want to wear the wool uniform out on the mound because he didn't like it. I think it was the White Sox when he did that. And it was just like, wow, this guy's quirky. Yeah, I mean, the Padres, they're playing Cleveland. Cleveland's a good team here as well. So it's not like, they're going up against an easy team like the Rockies here to get to deal with this weekend as well. And then the Phillies have, I believe, Minnesota. Let me double check here. They have Minnesota, yes, as well. So, and then they got Miami after that, which Miami's trying to stay in this playoff hunt as well. So they have easier matchups than you do coming up here. But Brendan Fun on the Man of Night, Chris Sale, I'm looking forward to that game tonight. It's going to be, I think it should be a really good pitching matchup. We got to find ways. I'm not worried about pitching, and I'm not going to lie to you. Worried about the hitting, getting runs across the plate for the game. Tomorrow's game. As well, you got Erod, of course, against Grant Holmes in that matchup. And then on Sunday to match it up, Sirocco, I believe. Sirocco and Bryce Elder at 10:35 a.m. on Sunday. So that's your weekend Diamondbacks matchups here. And if I had to say, Dale, after coming in on Monday, after this weekend, what are we looking at for the Diamondbacks against the Braves? What are you thinking? 2 out of 3? Sweep? For the Braves?
Well, let's try and get that first one, and then we could try and get greedy and get 2.
Oh, my God. If you win this game tonight against Sale, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be a momentum builder.
Well, he's lost 7 games.
Mm-hmm. Because the Braves, only scores 6 runs, and the other team scores 8 with. You have to get to the Braves bullpen. That's what you got to do.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the first pitch is 4:15.
Yeah. Well,
4:30.
More dangerous. Well, that's what 7:30 their time. But it's more dangerous outside humidity of Atlanta this time of year. You got to start worrying about sinker balls and curve balls not curving as much in the thicker air and humidity and stuff to that effect. Especially for a team that doesn't play in those conditions very often. I guess some would say Chase Field's a little warm this time of year.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as being in Atlanta.
No.
So you got to kind of think about that. The bigger question is on the Sunday outing with Soroka, with that heat and stuff to that effect out there. You got to pay attention to. So that's your Diamondbacks matchup. And when we come back, let's get into it. Suns schedule's out. They had okay. Now, keep in mind, I'm basing this off of my recollection of the Cardinals schedule release, which was the worst thing ever before seen by man. I enjoyed the Suns one. This was pure brilliance. Pure brilliance by the Suns. Did you see it?
I did not see it.
With the villain out there. I'll show you that. Plus, we'll go into the schedule breakdown. Just numbers you need to know, like back-to-backs, road trips, home games in a row, stuff to that effect. Hardest month on the schedule, Dale? I got it all for you.
Really?
Yeah, I did some things.
Thought you were so much on Twitter last night you didn't even look at the schedule.
I was past sleep. While I was awake, I was effective. I'm like a cheetah. I'm effective for short bursts. Come on back, folks. The main event. back here, Dale's talking about Jonathan Gannon and all his nonsense last year.
Kent Summers, former longtime sports writer, came out and said,
I think
hey,
he's on the Cardinals pregame.
Is he?
I think he does the pre and post game coverage now.
Okay.
Don't quote me on
he
that.
just says, refreshing to have a coach who gives media and fans basic injury info.
Yeah.
It's a change from the previous
Oh,
staff.
yeah, it was ridiculous. I'm liking LaFleur more and more.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to be on it. But last night with Basenda, he got out there and said, look, it's an ACL and MCL. We just don't know which one it is yet. We have to go in there. I flat out says it. Gannon last year would have been like, wait, he got injured? We didn't see injuries. Why do you guys make stuff up?
We'll let you know next week.
Yeah, we'll let you know in a month. Remember Jonah Williams had that knee injury and was out for like 8 weeks and we never knew what was wrong with him? Remember that? Was that last year, 2 years ago? Maybe it was 2 years ago. And we're all sitting here going, is he ever coming back? Like we heard nothing about the guy.
Right.
And even you were like, what's up with him? It's refreshing to see. And like I said, there's some limits to it and stuff like that. But you got to pay attention to what you're looking at out there as well. And Sun's schedule. NBA schedule came out yesterday. December 30th, you got mark this down. Philadelphia 76ers are in town. Now, how many guys are going to play on that team? We'll have to wait and see. It's also LeBron's birthday. You think LeBron's going to take that out? He's going to be like,
Yeah,
take a plane to L.A. instead?
Did you say they play out here?
It's here, yeah.
Oh. The Old Town Scottsdale celebration?
No, he'll have his private jet in L.A. to celebrate. Because remember, that time of year, L.A.'s an hour behind us. So game gets over at 10:30, private jet. You're landing there at 11:30 their time. You're at the club.
Look at you. Look at Steven go.
LeBron, I'm ready. Invite me. I can be there.
You go walk on his plane and say, go on Southwest, Steve.
Sorry, guys, I'm late. My Southwest plane was delayed. NBA teams have the most and fewest nationally televised games. I have that list for you, Dale. The teams with the most nationally televised games, and you're going to be sick of watching them here, folks.
Philadelphia 76ers.
No, there's a bunch of them, but they all have 34 nationally televised games. 76ers are one of them.
Really?
Knicks have 34. Spurs have 34. 76ers 34. And the one that really, I get it, they're a big name. I get it. I get they're a big
Not
name.
the Lakers.
The Lakers have 34.
Okay.
I get they're a big name. I get it. But come on, man. They're a step down.
Right.
They're a step down from those other teams out there, right? That you're looking at. So the teams with the least televised games out there, I will tell you this, every team has, well, at least two, because two's the lower end of the limit, at least what I saw out there. I'll give you a hint here, Dale. Give me there is 1, 2, 3, I think there's 5. 1, 2, 4 teams that only have 2 nationally televised games. I'm going to let you guess.
Charlotte Hornets and the Phoenix Suns.
Nope. No, Suns have more than that. Yeah. Charlotte Hornets, no, they're good. Oh, they got rid of Melo, huh? What are they going to do? No, not them. Grizzlies, Bucks with no Giannis. Boy, have they fallen. Grizzlies, Bucks, Pelicans, Kings, and Nets only have 2 nationally televised games, the fewest of everybody out there as well.
Now, it's a little bit easier to change those a little bit if things go awry, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think they're set. Because that's the complaint by the networks, is they sit there and they tout, next Wednesday, we got the 76ers versus whoever. And they tout LeBron and all these other guys, Joel Embiid. And then the game comes up and they're all sitting on the bench. And then the networks are like, thanks, guys. Thanks for that. So I don't think they do that type of stuff in the NBA. I think that's kind of where that scheduling stuff came into it. But in terms of the Suns out there, obviously we focus on that here as well. I'm going to do this just as kind of funny. Ethan, you have the schedule there. Throw it up. We're going to have Dale break this down for us really quick. If Ethan has it, I'm not sure. Yeah, there you go, Dale. Break it down for us.
Okay, so it starts off with a loss.
Can
and
you
then
even
a win.
read that?
No, I have
I know.
no chance.
That's why I did. I just did it up there to do that. That's the only reason it's up, Dale. Is that simple joke right there? Is what I was looking to do. They open. That's all. They made it tinier. They open at Portland on the 21st. So their first game is a road game here as well. Their first home game is the next game, Golden State at home, 7 p.m. here our time as well. So at Portland, Golden State at Oklahoma City's their third game, Dale. At Oklahoma City. Then they got Denver here at home, and then back at Golden State again. And then they got Portland, Orlando, Houston, San Antonio for the first time November 9th, Clippers, Charlotte, and then Lakers, all in that home game stretch there as well. Coming up. By the way, that Lakers game at home, 2 p.m. tip-off.
What day of the week?
Sunday.
Okay.
Out there. So that's their beginning of the season. And that's not an easy schedule against some teams out there as well. So that's the gist of it. And all seriousness, you can take it down, Ethan, because nobody can read that. I just did that because I was like, Dale, break down this schedule.
Yeah.
Nobody will be able to see that out there and everything. So they do have, let me see here. I know they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nationally televised games on their schedule right now. Now that includes Peacock, ESPN.
Okay. Is Peacock national?
They count it as a national game. Peacock Prime, they do have a game at the end of the season in April against Denver on Prime Network as well. So that includes NBC, ESPN, Peacock, and Prime is what we're looking at. But no nationally televised games until January 5th at Denver, and then January 8th at Dallas, NBC, and then ESPN. First nationally televised games for them there, unless they make the Emirates Cup final. I got to put a caveat on there, and they'll be on that one as well. Yeah. 7-game homestand in November to start the season. I already gave that to you. Portland, Orlando, Houston, San Antonio, Clippers, Charlotte, and Lakers is where you're looking at for that 7-game homestand. 9 of their first 12 games are at home. So you have a home schedule here coming up here as well over at the morgue.
It's really hard for me to get excited about an NBA schedule.
13 back-to-back games there.
Now that means something.
I know. 13, which they had a lot more last year. Meaning they play one day and then the next day they play someplace or 2 games at home, but only 13 back-to-backs. That's favorable in NBA circles. Teams like that out there. Longest road trip? Because you got to pay attention to that. How long are they on the road and stuff? The longest road trip is 6 games. It's not a terrible long road trip either.
No, you usually get an 8 gamer.
Yeah. You can really stretch that out and stuff like that. 4 sets of consecutive games. So basically, like I don't have it pulled up right now, but like last year they played Portland one day at Portland, had a day off, and then they played at Portland again. It's where you play the same team twice in a row.
Right.
They have 4 sets of those this season as well, so not too many of that as well. The hardest month for the Suns, and I don't like this at all. In my opinion, their hardest month is March. I'd rather them have a hard month earlier in the season because what are you working forward to in the March and April? Playoffs. You're wanting to go on a playoff run there in March, and March is their hardest month. 17 total games in March, 6 straight road games, followed by 6 straight home games right after that as well.
Yeah. Well, and so the season ends April 11th.
Early this year, in April 11th. Wasn't it always like mid-April or late April? But yeah, beginning of April 11th at the Lakers is their last game there as well. So that March. That last month of the season, and here's their schedule as well. I'll give it to you. March 1st, Washington at home, Brooklyn, and then Minnesota. So 2 out of those 3 should be fairly easy games. Brooklyn and Washington not expected to be good, even though Trae Young is with Washington now. But Minnesota, everybody's expecting them to be good out there. Those are your 3 home games. Then you go on the road to at Miami, at Orlando, at Chicago, then at Charlotte, at Memphis, and then at Lakers on that big road trip as well. Then you got Miami, Portland, Oklahoma City twice. That's one of those consecutive games. Milwaukee and Toronto at home in that stretch. That's a brutal stretch there, Dale.
Well, by the way, Oklahoma City's back-to-back.
Yeah, and then
home games.
So you start with Miami with Giannis and whoever else they have there. They trade half that team for him. So Miami, Portland, like you said. Oklahoma on a Tuesday, Oklahoma City on a Wednesday. You get to see them twice there. By the way, first game 8 p.m., second game 7 p.m. So less than 24 hours later as well that you're facing them there. And then Milwaukee, who's going to be down this year, and then Toronto. Well, we'll see if Kawhi Leonard ends up on the Toronto team or not. We're still hashing that stuff out. Then you got San Antonio twice in a row. Monday, the 29th at San Antonio. Wednesday, the 31st at San Antonio as well. That's a brutal March. As you're getting ready to go to the playoffs, Dale.
Playing that play-in tournament.
They're going to challenge for the 4 seed this year.
Okay.
Now that I see that March schedule, I'm not so confident on that. That's a brutal March schedule, man. Brutal.
You know what you didn't bring up at all on Wednesday or Thursday when I was here?
Don't change subjects yet.
Okay.
Well, what is it first so we can write it down and go back to it?
Well, the PGA playoffs have started.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Who cares? No, nobody cares about March Suns basketball
Nobody
either.
cares. Nobody cares about PGA playoffs.
Back to back against Oklahoma City.
The best part is I actually have it written down on my sheet last couple of days. I just didn't get to it. Before we get into that, here's how the Suns released their schedule yesterday.
Okay.
Pure gold here with the villain himself. Here we go.
Here we go. Learning. Okay, ready and action.
We play everyone.
Can't get enough of that, Dale. I can't get enough of it. Then they just listen. Oh, it's not over yet, Dale. Got to get the stare going. Is that stare as intimidating as it is when he has with short hair?
Thought I was dumb?
Oh, yes, yeah. I don't know. There you go. That's the Suns for you. But there you go. Secure your seats, Dale. But I think that was just ingenious. That was subtle. That was just very pointed. And I like how he didn't waste their time. It's just like, we play everybody.
And it's like, don't even worry about putting your uniform on, Dylan.
I just loved it. They're like squirting with water, and they're just like, get out of here. I love that. That was in Cardinals take notice. None of these workplace Zoom meetings and garbage the Cardinals did when they released their schedule out there as well that they're looking at. So there's your Suns talk, Dale.
And it's way too early. I don't care.
Whatever. Break it down.
Are you going
Emirates
to break
Cup.
down the preseason, Steve?
Are the Suns going to do anything in the Emirates Cup this year? Dale?
Who do you want to see in the preseason, Steve? You want to see their starters or their backups? Who cares? Gosh, I couldn't be less excited.
I don't know how you're not excited.
Like, come up with a baseball schedule. Yeah, there's 162 of them.
You want to talk about Super Bowl? Everybody's talking about how the Super Bowl. Everybody's remembering the Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day this year, first time ever.
There'd be a lot of consternation in some households, Steve.
It's not gonna be a problem.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna
You divorce them. That's what you do. They have
you're
any incarnation of not watching the Super Bowl. You just have your lawyer show up and just toss those papers that way, and you move on with your life. Find somebody to be happy with.
Are you going to watch the game, or you take your sweetie out for a nice little scrumptious dinner?
Dale, I watch a replay of the Super Bowl instead of going out on Valentine's Day. What are you talking about?
Texas Roadhouse be waiting for you.
We went there for the first time
Since your last
weekend since they tried to poison me.
And
I did get a soda. I'm cutting back on my soda consumption, and I was like, I'm not getting a water in this place. Autumn got water. She said it tasted good though.
Okay,
but I just, Dale, I didn't get a steak, man. I got a chicken. I got their barbecue chicken or something like that. I had no desire to get the steak because the steaks haven't been good lately and stuff. You know, they're skimping on that, trying to keep their prices low and everything. And I've turned on them, man. I've turned on them. Not good.
Okay.
Not good. But we did go. I did give them another shot.
And now the question is, will you give them another?
And maybe in another month or so.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how I feel. You know what I've been craving lately, though? I'm going to have to hit it up. I've been craving it. And we drove by one the other night, driving up to SCA for that canceled scrimmage and everything. Outback. I've been craving Outback lately.
Really?
Those, just the cheese fries. I don't want anything else. Just their cheese fries.
Boy, their beer's cold. Their beer's
It comes
cold.
all the way from Australia, Dale.
Yeah.
It travels underneath that ocean in those pipes. So I'm going to have to hit up an Outback because I've been craving it forever.
Brooke used
Like
to,
several weeks now. I've been craving it.
When we were younger, Brooke used to love Corona beer, and one day she looked at the bottle and said, "This is brewed in Chicago?"
Yeah.
I thought it was an import.
Yeah, well, it is, but it's brewed in Chicago. Most of your beers are brewed here nowadays, even though they're imports, the formulas and stuff. Well, you're lucky Coronas are brewed up here because it used to be made from the dirtiest river in Mexico, man, that water.
That's what gave it its unique taste, Steve.
That's why you had to put lime in it?
Yeah. Only beer you got to dumb down the taste.
Well, no, then they came out with like the fat tires and stuff. We have oranges in them
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. You know, it became cool to do it after that. Right? Give us the update on the PGA playoffs, Dale, as we go here at the end of this Friday.
Everything's changed. Only the top 70 made it. There's only 3 tournaments.
Some big names didn't make it. Did you see? Oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. Did you see his comments last week about how bad he sucked this year?
Brooks Koepka.
Because he got eliminated.
So
He was just like, I've sucked.
I'm so horrible. I can't make the playoffs. It used to be a foregone conclusion. So this week it's a FedEx St. Jude Championship. That's in Southwind, TPC Memphis.
These guys are playing for what? Because every week you get eliminated, and then this is the
The
championship.
purse
round.
is $20 million.
It's big money.
It's big money. Top 5 right now, you have Sung J M. He is at -8.
Where are they playing at? Pennsylvania?
I just said
I wasn't listening.
TPC Southwind in Memphis,
Oh,
Tennessee.
Memphis. All right. Pennsylvania, Memphis, same place.
Sung J M. Patrick Cantlay at he's at -6. Jake Knapp -6. Adam Scott -6. Sundershan Yelamarju at -5. Keith Mitchell, Michael Bornson, and Jordan Spieth all at -5.
You also keep your PGA Tour card if you do well in this tournament.
No, your top 70, you've automatically kept
So everybody here has
Yes,
qualified. Okay.
everybody's qualified.
I thought some of those 70 guys were still
No.
fighting for it. Okay,
No,
so
it
they
used
do
to
keep
be
it?
used to be 4 tournaments and the top 100 made it.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 tournaments and only
Okay.
70.
Because, I know it's 2027 or 2028 when they're splitting up, if they're going to split up the tours, right? It's not next year and stuff like that. So it's even more important for this going forward. It's exciting to watch these guys. I just like how this year on the PGA Tour, I just like how there's been a lot of these lower, it sounds insulting that I call them it, but lower tier guys. It's not the big name guys winning these tournaments.
The name players.
You know, and stuff to that. You're seeing new guys pop their head up, guys that have been on the tour for 15 years and, you know, never finished top 15 in a tournament and winning these things. I like that about the tour. I hope they continue doing that, especially now. They haven't officially said it, but Live Golf, their Michigan, end of the season Michigan team tournament is going to be canceled, even though they're still advertising it.
Well, suppose they got some new funding. We'll see if that comes through.
I told you my theory on that. I think players have kind of rallied together and threw some funding together because they want to keep getting paid.
Yeah, but that means that they're going to put their money in, then they're only winning their money back.
But you get equity in the tournament. I know it's a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
It's a terrible. I just don't think specifically DeChambeau, because he has all that extracurricular, which the PGA Tour will now allow him to do his YouTube pages and stuff on the PGA Tour,
Right.
but they won't allow him to sell his own advertising for it. And he makes good money on advertising on his range stuff that he does on the weekends. They video him on the range and he talks to people. He's got sponsors just for that, and he makes a pretty penny doing so. And the PGA Tour's like, you can't do that here. And that's the thing. He does not want to come back to the PGA Tour.
Right, if at all, because he can still play in the majors, which is all that's important to him. And it's just interesting. Last week was a lot of fun for me because I enjoy the nuances of golf and the fact that last week, everybody was playing in it, and it was the 60s through the number 80 with each putt.
Yeah.
You could see they jump up to 69. They're playing this week.
Yeah. And then they fall out the next one.
And then they miss a putt. Now they're 71. They're not playing.
But that's why I like the tournaments leading up to this one.
Yeah.
It's because now, I hate to say it, but there's no suspense this weekend. Because last week you were trying to play into this weekend and stuff like that. And we'll see. Major League Baseball awards the 2028 All-Star Game to Oracle Park in San Francisco as well. Tiger Woods back PopStroke mini golf opens in Orlando this December. If you didn't know, PopStroke is a Tiger Woods backed entity. Several golfers involved in that one. But Dale, I want to leave you with this positivity with the Cardinals, of course, as well. Let me check the YouTube chats here as well. Let me get sure we clear that out.
Did your friend from the Twitter world reach out to you?
No, that guy's not going to reach out.
Oh, he's not.
He's
Okay.
a crybaby pansy.
So we'll talk about it more next week, but something to keep your eye on. AIA, Scottsdale Unified School District.
Yeah, so really quick before, and then I'll leave with positivity.
Yes.
Well, we'll just hit that up to let everybody know what
We
happened
can get into it,
yesterday.
yeah.
Ann says, I will be at a cheer comp in Atlanta during the Super Bowl. Hopefully the awards will be done so I can go find somewhere to watch it. Yeah, that's terrible timing for the cheer comp.
Come on, cheerleaders.
Sorry to hear that, Ann. The good news is, depending where you're at in Atlanta, well, good news is bad news is if you're in certain areas, you're going to want to get out of those areas before you go to a sports bar and watch
They're not
it.
having this. They're not having this in bad areas.
It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta. I'm just saying.
There's the Buckhead district.
Robert says Cantley should finish in another 6 hours. Yeah, so everybody else is done.
Oh.
He's like that race, that marathon runner that finishes like 6 hours after everybody else. Everybody else has gone home, and he's still out there putting in and stuff like that. But really quick on the AIA thing you're talking about, Eric Sorensen, who works for Brad Sesmat's company, AZ Sports 360.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
He's been kind of going behind the scenes on AIA, which is the high school governing body here as well. And yesterday he put out a story that I found fascinating.
Yeah.
We've known it for a while. We've talked about it on this program. They don't treat transfers the same. If you can threaten to sue them in a lawsuit, you tend to not have to sit out. We saw that last year with Saguaro's transfers. Some of them got to play right away. Some of them did not. They had to sit out 5 games. And it all depended on how much money your parents were willing to put into a legal fight in the IAK for some and the others. He put a story out yesterday talking about that discrepancy, including there's schools out there where like 20 kids transferred out. Half of the kids eligible right away, half the kids not. And how the AIA does things disparagingly and stuff to that effect. We've known about it. It's been talked about on this program. And I put out on that story, I put out on Twitter, and I said the problem the AIA has is they have non-leaders in leadership positions. They have people that don't want to make decisions. The AIA has one goal, Dale, in my eyes. And that's to protect the kids, to make them play high school football, high school sports, take care of them, make sure they're not being taken advantage of. That's your role.
Yes.
And you're failing at that role, AIA.
Well, and the other thing, again, we'll get into the weeds a little bit next week because I think it's fascinating the fact that supposedly Scottsdale Unified School District said if you transfer in district, you'll be immediately eligible. What I didn't understand is for each student, each year you get $10,000, $12,000.
Yep, that's why they wanted them to stay in district.
From the federal government. And all of a sudden you get 50 of them. Yeah. That's $500,000.
That's why they want them to stay in district.
And there's a shortfall. So it's fascinating.
Because everybody's leaving the Scottsdale district to go to other schools, even private schools.
Yeah.
He did name Scottsdale Christian in that article. And I was like, Who's transferring to Scottsdale Christian to play football?
Yeah.
I'm intimate with that roster. I know that roster. And not one kid left Saguaro and was
You
playing
mean
at
there weren't
Scottsdale
3
Christian.
5-star guys that are
No,
playing
I'm sure that dude on Twitter is making stuff up about it right now after seeing that article yesterday. But I don't know, Dale. I didn't see any transfers from Saguaro the other night when I was there. But the AIA put out a statement here, and this is interesting. They said they're aware of the article published today suggesting impropriety in the administration of its transfer and hardship rules and its interactions with the Scottsdale Unified School District. They say any suggestion that the AIA has acted improperly with SUSD to provide preferential treatment is false. But it looks like you are. This article we've talked about it on here. And then they put it out there, and the article showed the impropriety and stuff like that, stuff and everything. But then, Dale, the thing that bothers me the most, they don't allow comments on that post.
Yeah, you saw I did not even notice it because I very rarely comment on anything.
Yeah, they didn't know comments. So I retweeted it out there, and it's getting a lot of play from people in high school world today. But I put out there, and I go, closing off comments because they don't want people to put examples of how they treated kids differently. Go to that Arizona, AZ 360 AZ Sport, or I screwed up the whole name on it. Go to
Sports
Eric,
360.
Yeah, go to Eric Sorensen's Twitter page, and you'll see his article there. You'll see it on the AZ Sports 360. I don't know why I can't say the name all of a sudden. Look at the comments on there. It's parents talking about how their kids got screwed over while they transferred. Another kid got to play while their kid has to sit out.
Yeah,
it's just that's why they closed out. That's the leadership thing I'm talking about. You want to put out a thing saying you don't do that and you close out comments? That's not leadership in my eyes. And you have one job to protect these kids. But we'll talk, you said, we'll get into more of that because you got to fix this high school problem, man.
yes,
You got to make it fair for everybody, and transfers are an issue for them. I'm not going to deny that. But it's either you got to sit out 5 games or you don't. Now, hardship should be easy to figure out, right? Your parents have to move. Okay, that's hardship. That should be an easy decision.
Your dad gets a new job.
Your dad
mom
moves.
Gets a new
Yeah,
job,
they move, and you move, and they get a new job, and you can show they got a new job. You have a pay stub. Boom. No waving thing for you. If you're transferring because the principal's an a-hole or a coach quits, well, I'm sorry. Principal's an a-hole. District didn't hire the right people. You got to, if you transfer out, you got to do it. You got to sit out. It should be easy to do, man. They can't figure it out. It's so frustrating from that perspective. But the positivity, Dale, I want to leave you with here this weekend. And, of course, I don't have it in front of me right now.
Oh.
Dale, stall for a second.
Steve, I want to leave on a high note.
Okay,
It's been a
I got
pretty
it.
good week.
I had to go back. I loaded up that AIA statement, and I did it on the wrong page. How different is this Arizona Cardinals offense compared to the Drew Penzing offense of years past? First of all, go watch the Detroit. Go to NFL.com, go to the schedule, click on last night's Lions game, and just look at every drive for the Lions in that first half. And just remember the good times with Drew Penzing. Arizona's 4 quarterbacks completed 39 of 44 passes. That's 88.6%. 417 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, 144 passer rating for them as well.
I'd stick with that, Steve.
We have an offense, folks. I'm so happy right now.
Let's enjoy it for the weekend, Steve.
I'm so happy we have an offense. None of this Lions speak crap. And the Lions fans, I'm going to be positive for you too. Just say good luck to you. I feel your pain.
Enjoy 4th place.
Reach out. Hold on. Abney had a good game last night. Ethan reminded me. Yeah, from ASU. Dale doesn't know, but for ASU fans, he had a good game last night.
Good for him.
But Lions fans, I feel your pain, man. But Cardinals fans, we have an offense. We have a guy that can play call plays. Dale, we're out of here. I'm so happy. So happy to be here. See you on Monday, everybody.